Hey guys, welcome back to another Pop Top Adventures video. We're not off on an adventure and it's exactly as the video is described. This is basically what it cost me to put this van together, to turn it from what was effectively a plasterer's van, put a picture up, into a fully fledged camper van that we could go away with the family. I'm not going to waffle for 45 minutes before getting into it. All of the costs are here on the laptop, including the totals, and all the links will be in the description below to where I bought everything from as well. It's taken me a long time to put this together because I've had to go back through loads and loads of old links and emails and things like that to try and find exactly where it needs to go. It's going to be a long, relatively boring video for those who've come here for a pop-top adventure, but I wish there'd have been something like this around while I was building my van, so I could get some sort of idea of pricing and cost. I think actually Gadget John did do a very similar one, but Gadget John likes to spend a lot of money, and he always gets the best stuff, which is great. You know, buy rubbish, buy twice. There is another saying, I'm not going to say it, it's a family show. So yeah, he's probably got it right, I'll be perfectly honest with you, because some of the things in this van I am going to replace, not because they're rubbish, just because I like buying new stuff, as you all know. Speaking of which, got myself a new fleece. It's kind of like sheepy fleecy on this side, that's the technical term, and fleecy fleecy on this side. It's basically just to throw down on the bed or to cover me over with a sleeping bag if I'm wild camping and I can't really have the diesel heater on for kind of stealth reasons. If I'm in the middle of nowhere, if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'll have the diesel heater on and I won't need it. But it's just nice to have it as a keep your legs warm sort of thing. Speaking of the diesel heater, that's running in I can't speak, that's running in the background at the moment, so I do apologise for the noise. If it's annoying you, then go to somebody else's video. I'm only kidding. Also, on the topic of the diesel heater, absolutely running fine, but I've not run it for probably a month now. We've had snow, we've had like deep frost, ice, all sorts of things. So I just thought I'd give it an hour or so run while I was doing this video, just to make sure it's all okay. So getting into it, how long have I talked for? I talked for about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes before getting into the video. I'll probably put a link at the beginning there just to say the van costs start about 25 minutes into the video because I just keep waffling too much. And I know you're shouting at your screen now saying, Colin, shut up and get on with the costs. I will do. Come to this channel for wafflage. Right, okay, so in no particular order. We'll start with the van. Oh, it's a massive list. Right, okay, so it was a 2016 66 plate T6. It was just a panel van used by plasterers. I know that because I know what plaster dust is like and it gets everywhere. It had 18,000 miles on it and I bought it pre kind of Corona tax. So I got the van for 15 grand. That was including VAT for a van with 18,000 miles on it and a 66 plate T6. So it, I think it was due its first MOT when I bought it. I got that from a place called 24/7 Commercial Vehicles in Clithero. Really, really great bunch of chaps. I take it back there to have it serviced as well and have it MOT'd. Even though it is an hour away from here, I trust those guys so much that that I will always go back to those guys now. In fact, when I took it back to him, he says this is one of the nicest converted vans that he's seen. So that's a compliment in itself. Anyway, so then I had the pop top and windows done because it was a panel van, there were no windows or anything like that. If you want a full tour of the van, there is a van tour. I'll link it up in the description or up there or down there or wherever, and you can go check out the full van tour. I think this complements that quite well. The pop top was installed by a company called C&H Pop Tops in Huddersfield. Now I think I've mentioned before on the reviews and whatnot that they've got mixed reviews online. Some people don't like them, some people have had not a very good service from them. All I can say is from my experience, and the experience was brilliant. It was a one-day turnaround. I basically dropped the van off with them. I went for a bike ride for several hours, came back, and they had the pop top installed. They had the rear two windows installed, and they had the two side windows installed with an opening window, which I don't think that's too bad. They also installed this, the bed part of it as well, and the prices included the VW sign that lights up and also the little memory foam mattress that goes at the top. It also included the LED lights that you can see in the van dotted around. So they wired all that in and then just left the wire dangling for me to then attach to the electric panel that I've got there that I've shown you in the other videos. That cost was £2,330, which I think is an epic cost for what I got. The turnaround of a day, and to have the pop top, the windows and the lights and everything like that all done, I think that's an amazing cost. All these prices I'm going to give you are including VAT as well. Some prices may have changed. Obviously, I had this van done coming up to 2 years now. So some might be more expensive because of sort of COVID tax and stuff, because that's obviously put a price on a lot of things, and a lot of people are a lot busier now as well. So the electrical system, now this is the exact price that it is now because I got it off their website the other day. So the electrical system that I got, including the split charger, the consumer unit, the 240 volt electrics, the switch panels, everything that you would need to set up your electrics in your van, I got from a place called Rayne Automotive, R-A-Y-N-E Automotive. I couldn't highly recommend them anymore. As soon as I'd ordered it, they gave me a call and they wanted to just go through with me the shape of the van, where I was installing things. They sent me a little diagram so I could draw just loosely where things were going, so then the wiring loom would reach those things. Everything comes on a nice wiring loom. Again, I'll talk about this in more detail in the next video because this is a dual upload. Yeah, all the wiring loom and everything like that was ace. That was £626. That also included the original battery that I bought that I've since replaced. That was a 90 amp hour lead acid battery that fitted under the seat. So everything really, apart from these lights, electric wise in the van, that got us going. So like the line went to the pump for the water pump, the line went to the fridge for when the fridge was installed. Do you know what I mean? So everything. That's that, including the C-Tech charger, obviously. The Beaudens power generator, and I've talked about this a few times. There's even a review on the channel of the Beaudens generator. I'll probably do like an updated review of it as well. That's basically just a battery charger that you can plug 240 volts into when you're not on hookup, and it works for a certain amount of time. It's not infinite, but yeah, we can talk about that more in detail in the electric setup video. The solar panel, in fact the Beaudens power generator, was £137 and still is £137 on Amazon. Again, the link in the description. The solar panel, that was from Amazon. That was £99. I think then I paid like an extra £10 or £15 for some extra wiring and connecting blocks and things like that. But that all got installed for about £110. The AGM battery that I bought for, I'm gonna have to put like a line where I've got to, because I keep losing myself. The AGM battery that I bought, I got again off Amazon, 120 amp hour battery. The reason I got an AGM is because I weren't sure about the dimensions, and if I needed to, I could have tilted it and tipped it on its side because it's a sealed unit, and then it would have definitely fitted under the seat. Turns out it was a low profile one anyway, and it does fit under the seat. So the AGM battery was £139. The bonnet guard. The bonnet guard that I got from eBay, that's it, yes, I got that from eBay, again link in the description, was $34.99, and I think it's one of my favourite exterior additions, second to the the sidebars on the side of the van. Alloy wheels, probably one of the first purchases. I think it was the first purchase after getting the van. They were £799, and they were from, believe it or not, a website called alloywheels.com. And they are one of my favourite additions to the van. That changed the look of the van immediately. Some people like the steels, and like steels lowered and things like that, I think look great, especially with like different hubcaps on. And it's each their own. I wanted some black 4 or 5 spoke alloys. I already had an idea of what I wanted, so I got those. You don't have to add those into your budgeting. Obviously £800 is a lot of money to take away from something that you might be able to make comfier inside the van. I had the calipers painted red. Great idea, kind of looked great for the first 8 months, and then after like a winter they've sort of faded off a little bit. They don't stick out as much, but I'll probably have to redo those every 18 months, I would have thought. So it cost 50 quid to have those done, and I think probably either I'll get some caliper covers or just replace the calipers with some really cool looking ones over time when I can afford it. The cupboards, so all the units and everything like that, so it's a full unit, or including sliding doors, fixtures, fittings, the lot. That was £850. Now, I get asked a lot about these, and the reason I can't tell anybody where I got them from is because the place that I got them from doesn't actually make units for camper vans. Now, you're asking now, how have you got units for camper vans? Now, it's a place near IKEA that creates kitchens for the likes of like Magnet and B&Q and whatnot. And they, in their ultimate wisdom, quite a while back, decided they wanted to go into making units for camper vans because they thought that'd be a good offshoot for the business. At the time, they decided that wasn't a great idea. It wasn't making enough money for them, and they had like they'd made up certain amounts of them to sell, but then wanted to sell them off because they weren't going into it. I think probably they're kicking themselves now because obviously with the explosion of the camper van scene, they would have probably been better off doing it. But anyway, that's not for me to comment on. So yeah, I got these units fairly cheap from those guys because they wanted to get rid of them. So I just basically went to their warehouse, had a look round and went, yeah, that one, that's fine. They could have like made me some other bits and things like that, but the units that they provided me were absolutely fine, and I was totally happy with them. And like I say, it was £850 for the units and everything, which I think is around about the average price for a decent set of cupboards. I think anything between sort of 700 and 1500 quid is sort of the price bracket you really need to be looking at, especially if you're going for the sort of the lightweight ones as well. The rock and roll bed, including upholstery, M1 crash tested, and spreader plates. Now, for those that don't know what spreader plates are, they're the steel, galvanized steel plates that go underneath the van that you screw through the chassis into, so then it spreads the weight across the van. It makes them kind of MOT compliant, according to the MOT guy that I spoke to, which are the guys that I bought the van from. And that basically means that the frame itself is solid down. I chose a rock and roll bed because it's cheaper than a rib bed. What's the difference between that and a rib bed? I think a rib bed's probably comfier, but a rock and roll bed you'd need to put a mattress topper on or something like that, depending on the stiffness of your cushions. But yeah, the cushions, the M1 crash tested, the frame, everything basically, so you could get you going, came from a company called JDS Metal Tech in Sheffield, and it cost £900 for everything. What else? The rug. I get asked about the rug a lot, so I thought I'd throw that into the equation because it needs to be included. So the rug is from Amazon, and it was £39, and basically it's a shop doorway it's a shop doorway rug, and it's because I've got my mug of coffee here and I really want it, so lovely. So it's a shop doorway rug, and all I did was measure the dimensions in my van and then buy a rug that fit those dimensions the best. I think I've sent a couple of links out to some of the subscribers as well. Insulation, that includes the stick-on foam that's underneath here. It's kind of like a centimetre thick foam with like a reflective surface on that side of it. The four-way stretch carpet, the high temperature adhesive, and the sound deadening all came from a place called Vans. It came as a kit. And the sound deadening, basically what that does, if you don't know, is it goes onto the panels of the van and stops them being boomy. If you imagine like a drum, when it's a bare drum, it's got like a do. If you put something on it, like a bit of blue tack or something like that, it goes duh, duh. That's basically what the panels of your van do. Not the windowed panels, obviously, but the empty panels. So sound deadening, then the insulation, and then the carpeting. And then the bits in between, I'll get to that anyway. So yeah, all that was £289 as a kit from Vans. Vans, brilliant, absolutely amazing. You might pay slightly more than you would do from getting it from eBay or something like that, but they have got the service that you need, I think, personally. Again, not sponsored by anything in this video, and I'm not promoting anything. The curtain rails and curtains were 85 quid. but that includes the side door curtains here, the curtains above the sink, and the curtains at the back on the double doors here, including rails. They again were from Vans, like I say, 85 quid. The swivel seat base, that again is from Vans. I got most of my stuff from Vans because I just ordered it in one go. So yeah, the swivel seat for a passenger double, that's from Vans, and that was £299. Again, I think that's crash tested as well, or MOT compliant or something like that. Just check when you're ordering it. It was a bit of a faff to fit because I had to shear down some of the bolts so then the chair would fit round, and as I've explained before in other videos, it's not straightforward to spin round, but it does. You just have to be patient, or don't spin it round when you've just had an argument with somebody. Top tip. Flooring. Right, okay, so I got the flooring from Vans again, Altro flooring, grey, speckledy grey, kind of hides the muck and the dust and whatnot, and that was, just a sec, I need to highlight it because I've not put any lines in this, £128 for the flooring. Yeah, I basically took the wood out and then drew round it, upside down, and then the flooring, and then cut around it, and then the floor, the lino basically just sits on top perfectly. I have high temperature adhesive stuck it down as well, and obviously the insulation that we were talking about earlier that's here and under here is obviously under the floor as well. The sink hob kit, so that's the Dometic sink hob kit again that you will have seen in the Vantor videos. There's two of them, and that came with the gas fittings, the water pump and water bottles. So everything that you would need to set up your sink and gas, apart from the gas bottle itself. And that was £320 from a company called High Peak Conversions. I went over there to go pick it up because it saved on delivery. High Peak Conversions, the guys on eBay. I just sent him a quick message. It's a great little shop somewhere in Manchester, I think. Or is it? It's either in Manchester or Sheffield. I think the Metal Tech, where I got the rock and roll bed, I think is Sheffield, and then the High Peak Conversions, I think, are in I'll put my teeth back in. Nothing's working today at all, is it? Are in Manchester way. So yeah, great chap. Basically just went there, picked it up, but it's probably at this moment in time better to have it delivered for obvious reasons. Where are we now? So the fridge, the CRE 50, the Dometic fridge, you can get the CRX or the CRE. I chose the CRE. For no other reason that the aesthetics are different on the front, but the interior is exactly the same, and it's a cheaper fridge. The Dometic fridge was 450 quid from Mega Van Mats in Pudsey, one of the local suppliers from me that I found out about after I'd converted the van to the point that it became a camper van. So I would have probably bought most of my stuff from Mega Van Mats because they're a local company and I want to support local as well. Not to say there's anything wrong with Vans, they might be your local company. The diesel heater. Again, there's a video on the channel of me installing the diesel heater in a DIY sort of man sort of way. It's a 2 kilowatt diesel heater from a place called Max Speeding Rods. Again, all the links will be in the description. I paid £70 for it, including everything that you would need to get it up and running, including panels and fuel lines and things like that. I did spend an extra £15 on some new fuel lines because I was told that the fuel lines that came with the kit itself weren't very good. So yeah, those fuel lines have been replaced by a thicker, more heavy-duty fuel line on from eBay. Where are we now? Electric hookup cable. So as you know from one of the videos, I bought a 25 meter cable. I've got a 10 meter cable as well. The 10 meter cable bunches up and curls up and goes in the under the hood in the engine in front of the battery. That's always there just in case I need it. And then the 25 meter one comes with us, just gets shoved in the back just in case we need to stretch out a little bit further, because sometimes the electric hookups are miles away. That cost £29, and the 10 meter one was £18. Where else are we at? Thermal blinds. Again, I've done a quick video on the thermal blinds at the end of the wild camp on the drive video. I think it's called No Wild Camping or something like that. Check it out. The thermal blinds, they were £30. They're by All Pro, and I got them from Amazon. And I think that you need something to cover your front windscreens for privacy issues, whether it's something that goes around the front or something that goes on the inside. I've chosen something on the we did have something that went around the front, but we've chosen something on the inside because we know that it's only us that can move it to look out of the van, and nobody can, you know, if you think about it, if you've got a cover on the front and somebody wants to have a peep in, they can just lift it up and have a look. Do you know what I mean? So when you've got them on the internals, nobody can look in at all. Unless you like that sort of thing, then happy days. The awning that we've got, we get asked about the awning, where did we buy it from, how much did it cost? Fortunately for us, our in-laws, or my in-laws, have VW camper van high top. You've probably seen it on the channel on some of the videos, and they've got two awnings. The first awning that they bought, it just got too heavy and bulky for them, and it's a great awning by Van Gogh, and they gave us that awning, and they've bought a smaller, more appropriate one for them. So that was free, and I don't know how much they are now because I don't think they make them anymore. So we really got away with that one, because awnings can be stupid price. Memory foam mattress. So we bought recently another memory foam mattress to go on the top. That stays in the house. It gets rolled up and we take it away with us because it's pretty uncomfortable on the top there. As you know from other videos that I've done, it's not that comfortable to sleep on a hard surface, and the memory foam mattress makes a massive difference. And it's this, well, you'll see when you go to the link. So the memory foam mattress was £40 off Amazon. Mud flaps, again, got those, don't really need to talk about those for very much. They were £22 on eBay. Do they stop mud going up the side of your van? Some of it, not all of it. Don't think you're going to drive around in the rain and come back with a clean van. It's not going to happen, and the back doors still get dirty, just not as dirty, if that makes sense. It's probably 50% less dirty with the mud flaps than it is with the mud flaps. Wind deflectors, talked about those before. They are amazing little additions. 25 quid, eBay, done. Sidebars, they are £99 on eBay, done, easy enough. There's a video on my channel of me showing you how to install those bad boys. Gas bottles, we bought two of them, the 907 I think they are, the camping gas ones. One of them we've had in since we bought the van, and I know we've not done really many trips because of the virus and stuff like that, but at least we know that the gas does last a long time. But we bought two, so we've always got a full one in the van with us at any one time. If we're staying in the van for any length of time, I just throw the gas bottle out the back of the van, just cause safety and stuff. But yeah, and then we know that when we're away, we can just swap the gas canister over whenever we want, and then just get the other one refilled. And while we've ever got two, the other one's refilled. It's 20 quid to refill it, or 40 quid to buy a new can. So it's 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? So it's brilliant. So yeah. What else have we got? CO alarm. We've got two of those CO alarms. I think they are super important to have if you've got things like diesel heaters or cooking implements in your van. Anything that burns, anything, you need a CO alarm. Or if there's several of you in the van, you're going to be creating CO. Bendy reading lights. So the bendy reading lights that you see us use, we've got two of those, one upstairs in the pop top and one behind me, because then we can read when we're facing this way, and then Olivia's got a light up in the pop top because it does get pretty dark up there because it's a black pop top. They were, oh, the CO2 alarm, sorry, they were £14.99 each, and the gas bottles were £80 for them both. But then it's only 20 quid to refill them, if that makes sense. The bendy reading lights were £9.99 each, and they were from Mega Van Mats. Cargo nets that are dotted around the van, again, they were £5.99 each from Mega Van Mats. The Philips Vision racing headlights, they're the ones that I've got in. I changed the headlight bulbs because the ones that come with the van are literally, you might as well drive around with your lights off and a torch in your hand. So yeah, they're the Philips Vision racing headlights, and they were £18.99 on Amazon. They're a bit of a pain to fit, I'll be honest with you, so I'm not looking forward to replacing those when they go. The dash cam, loads of people have asked about the rear view dash cam, the rear view mirror dash cam that I've got, and it's come back on sale, so you can actually buy the actual one, and it's by a company called Towguard or Two Guard, and it's 45 quid on Amazon, and the link is in the description. So I'd go there and buy that pretty swift. These aren't even affiliate links, by the way. I should be putting affiliate links up and getting like a penny from each sale, but anyway, never mind. Bungee cord for the pop top that goes around, that was £13.99. The fire extinguisher that I think everybody needs if you're going to be cooking in your van, or you've got anything that gets warm or hot, that was £12.99 from Halfords. And then what I've done is I've done like a contingency, like an extras part of it. Now the shelf that I installed is probably about 20 quid's worth of stuff, like the pots and pans and the little lights and little accessories, and, you know, like cushions and all the stuff that I've bought that are on the camper van accessories videos, I've put in a contingency of 250 quid, because I think that's probably what I've spent all in all on all of the other little bits. The table didn't cost me anything because it was made out of a pallet. Yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything. So the total spend on the van was £23,293. Now 23 grand is a lot of money in anyone's eyes, but when you look at the price it costs to buy one that's already done, you're looking upwards of 30, 35, 40 grand. I know I could probably sell this, well, I've had offers for it for 35, and I could sell it for more, and the longer it goes on, the more expensive it becomes. It's the only thing that I've ever bought in my life, certainly vehicle I've ever bought in my life, that I'm not going to lose money on, which is brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. Obviously things could change over time, and the love for camper vans might fall out and these might plummet, but it hasn't done for the past 70 years or whatever, so I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon. So I think the prices will fluctuate, obviously, as and when people stop buying them during lockdowns and or realise they want to go abroad again, and then the market might come flooded with them. But 23 grand is kind of almost half the price that it would have cost to have just gone out and bought one done. Now, it all depends on your DIY capabilities and whether you think you're competent enough to be able to do it yourself. But I still think it's even cheaper to buy a decent base van and have somebody else do it as well than it is to buy one already done. But again, some people like buying them already done. You've got that guarantee of the van and the take it back if nothing works. Do you know what I mean? So you've got that safety net, I suppose. If something doesn't work in this van or something breaks, I can go straight to it. I know exactly where it is, where the wire goes and how it's attached. If it was something that I'd bought, inherited off somebody else, I'd probably have to take it back to them to do, or I'd have to do a lot of exploring to try and find out what was wired where. So there are plus points and negative points to having or building your own or buying your own already done van. So bear that in mind, I think, when you're coming to purchase a van. So also, because this is my daily driver, and well, I'm not doing much daily driving in it at the moment, but you get what I mean. This is my daily driver. It's a short wheelbase, so it fits perfectly in the parking spaces at Sainsbury's and things like that. Now, the long wheelbase isn't much longer. You feel it inside the van, you know, that I've been in a long wheelbase, and there's more cabinet, you know, there's more storage, which is brilliant, and it doesn't actually stick out of the car parking spaces much further, but just be prepared that that could be a thing, as well as going into the multi-storey car parks. Now, when you go into a multi-storey car park and if it goes down, like in the light in Leeds, the multi-storey car park goes down. Obviously, you're going to have to go back down if you've gone up as well. And what happens is, say the roof's here, my van comes along, it goes down, and as you're going down, the back end goes up. That's just science. So the longer your van, obviously the higher up it's going to go. So that 2.2 metre distance, height-wise, is going to be a lot less once the back end of your van has gone up. So just bear that in mind as well. Now, we had a car to trade in, which we were fortunate enough to have a car to trade in because, again, this is my daily driver. So we traded in a Mercedes, a C-Class Mercedes, 2013, not a new one. I think we got 7 grand for it, which brings our total spend on this van, cash-wise, upfront cash-wise, so things to buy with cash and things with cards and whatnot. Not just like, oh, I've got a car that's worth this, and I know I've already spent finance on it, but it was my car to sell. So cash-wise, it didn't cost anything in theory. It was just an asset. And so the total spend was 16,293, which is pretty much exactly half what it would cost you to go out and buy an already done van. And that would probably be a T5 or an older T6. So just bear that in mind. There's nothing wrong with going out and buying a new van. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. We considered it. We considered lots of options. But we realised in the end that it would be more cost effective for us and our budget and what we had to spend to go out and do it ourselves. I had a few friends help me here and there because, like, why not? It was good fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just became this thing, you know, oh, can you come and help me do the carpet, and I'll throw in some beers, or we'll have a bit of a night. Do you know what I mean? So that was good fun, and I'm waffling now, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you ever so much for watching this probably half an hour video of me waffling on about how much it cost. I hope that's opened your eyes to things that cost, or if you're considering buying a van, that it opened your eyes to other options and other avenues as well. It certainly did with us when we saw a very similar video. So take care, guys. We will see you soon, hopefully for an adventure, probably not in the near future, but yeah, see you guys soon. Take care. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you, bye.